We got pears for a community food collection with the bread and butter thing, so we need to find something to do with them. Chris doesn't particularly like eating pears similar to an apple, so we're going to use them to make some oat pear muffins. If you're not sure what the bread and butter thing is, I'll post a link to the video that I made recently at the end of this video. Hi there, it's Samantha. It's this channel trying to get by because we're trying to get by with what we've got, and what we've got is some pears that we need to use. So we're going to make some muffins. Right, this is the recipe we're going to use. I'll put a link in the description box to where I got it from. If you know me, you know Pinterest was involved. That's normally where I start. I will just type in pear recipes and see what comes up. And this is what we found, and it's using oats, which is great because we know that is cholesterol lowering, which is great for Chris. And we're using some whole wheat flour, so that is also good. So this is our list of ingredients, which is quite a simple list. You can use one egg. I'm going to use some egg replacer, which is fine for me because we don't generally have eggs in. And it's quite a simple recipe. We're going to combine the oats and milk together first because we want the oats to soak that up, and then we're going to carry on with the rest of the ingredients. So let's start with our oats and our milk. So as I said, this first bit's nice and easy. We are going in with 1 cup of oats and 1 cup of milk. I'm using soy milk. There we go. We'll just give that a little mix round. There we go. Just make sure all the oats are submerged. And that's it for 10 minutes. So while that's sorting itself out, I'm going to put my oats and my milk away, but I'm also going to dice up some pears, and we want about 1.5 cups of those. The oats have soaked for about 10 minutes, so they are done. I've chopped up the pear. That was about 2 pears for 1.5 cups. I'm now going to add the rest of the wet ingredients to here. So we have got 1/4 cup of oil. We have got, now my egg replacer is I use a teaspoon of this powder and 2 tablespoons of water. So I'll put the powder in with the dry ingredients, and I will put my 2 tablespoons of water in with my wet. Egg replacer is fabulous. I have never had any issues with it whatsoever. And it's so cheap. I think I last paid £3 something, and it's equivalent to 120 eggs. So for baking, it is perfect. Right, next are our dry ingredients. So that is 1 cup of whole wheat flour or brown. If you've not got it, just use white. I'm sure it will work out just as well. The texture just might be slightly different. So there we go. 1 cup of that. I'm being good. Where I do my baking, literally my baking cupboard is just above. Let me show you. Could do with a bit of a tidy, but there we go. So I keep everything to do with baking here, so I don't have to stretch very far to reach anything that I need. So it works out really good. So now the teaspoon of my egg replacer goes in. There we go. I keep the little bit of packaging there to remind, because you can use it to replace egg white and you can use it to replace egg yolk. I'm not quite sure you could make meringue out of it, but there we go. That's that. That's what I get for trying to put everything away. That can go in the sink for a minute. There's me being all good and saying, look at me, I'm doing it so well. Then it all goes wrong. Right, we need baking powder and baking soda. So 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and then 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. There we go. 1/2 cup of brown sugar. There we are. I keep this broken cup inside my brown sugar container. There we go. Where's the lid? That's that. So just check my list. Oats, milk, oh, pinch of salt. It says half a teaspoon, but I will just put in a pinch. Baking powder, baking soda, brown sugar, egg replacer oil, mix together, and then we're going to add our pears. Now this is going to be cooked in a muffin tin, and I've put some liners in mine. You could just grease it, but I had some liners in it, so that's what we're going to use. It says it makes 12, so we're going to try and make sure that we get equal portions. There is our pear. That is all there. I missed a little bit. And we're just going to fold that in. There we go. It's quite easy to do with this nice wet mixture. Okie dokie. Now that's done, we can dish up into our muffin tins. There we go, just move bits out of the way. I think what I'm going to do is use a 1/4 cup muffin tin, if I can find where I put one. That a 1/4 cup? Yes, it's just been in the wash. So a 1/4 cup muffin tin. Give this a quick dry and see how much we've got distributed, and then we can go from there. So at least this way we know we're going to end up with a pretty even mixture. Right, 1/4 cup has worked. We've got a little bit of mixture left, so I'd say just do a slight heaping 1/4 cup, because we've just got a few little drips left that need using up. So there we go. Just pop it into the ones that look a little bit less. That's that done. Now these are going to go into the oven. It's 400F, 205C, about 180 fan. I've got other things in the oven at the moment that are meant to be on about 170, 180, so I'm going to put it in there with those. So already in our oven, I have got some fake meat, sandwich meat that I made, my walnut loaf. I have got recipes and videos for both of those. I'll put a link in the description box. Those are going to go in. I've got it on about just under 170 for about 12 minutes, so I'm going to check on them after 10. These have been in a good, oh, I just realised I've not got my, oh, there it is. There we go, a good 10 minutes, nearly 12 minutes. I'm just going to check them. That is coming out clean, would you say? Let me focus on it. No, it's not letting us focus, but they're coming out pretty good. So I'm going to take these out, leave them in the tray for 5 minutes. Use my knee to put that away. Here we go. I've got other cooking going on, so my side is not completely empty. Should have checked that first. There we go. Can pop that on there. So leave those for 5 minutes, and then we will take them out and let them cool completely. We've got all our muffins here. They are nicely cooled down. I'm just going to leave them out for a little bit longer before I probably will freeze them in the packaging. But I have got one decanted and ready to go so that we can test it out. Have a look at that. That looks pretty good. Right, let's have a try of this muffin with pear. I don't know whether it's that particular brand of pear, but that pear flavour comes through amazingly in that. That is so delicious. We hesitate to use the word moist, but absolutely super, super delicious. I can imagine that with custard. I can imagine it on its own. I'm really going to enjoy that. And I'm not a sweet person, but I think the freshness of the pear has just made such a difference. If you're interested in other baking recipes, I will pop a link in the description box to some of those, but I'll also put something over here. I've got a playlist of baking things that I've made. Have a look, see if there's anything that you fancy watching there. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.